Calling all earth signs, this is a reading for all earth signs. That is Virgo, Taurus and Capricorn. We are diving in to a energy that is balanced, but things are moving fast. There has been heavier energy of depression and low vibrational dark night of the soul thoughts because you need to take a risk now. And it's a tricky risk. It's requiring you to speak up about things you normally wouldn't. There is someone you are looking at as the muse, the inspiration, or you want to be the muse to someone else and their inspiration. But your words matter now. What you say next is important. Let's deep dive. The first card out is the Eight of Wands, which is then followed by the Three of Wands. So you've been waiting a long time to have this communication, to say something that's really, really important to you. It looks like it's related to your money, your career, your ascension, your personal growth. True heart here, integrity, will, morals. You really want to be purposeful in pursuit of this. This is really important to you. It's taken a lot of strength for you to even get to where you are at today, to even process what you want to say has taken you a long time, because some of you guys have been sitting in heavy dark night of the soul, heavy depressive energy. I'll put a dark night of the soul reading in the description and a playlist for our dark night of the soul series, actually, because it looks like you've been working through a lot, and that's quite a healing bit of content. If you do want to dive deeper and dive into the psyche of what on earth you've been going through over the last year, I want to say, the last month specifically, if it's been really, really intense for you, okay? I see you really want to take that risk. Some of you may want to travel. Some of you could be taking train to travel somewhere as well, like fast train, long distance train, Eurostar is what I get in my head, okay? Not your standard train or subway, but a longer distance travel. Well, it looks interesting. Out of town kind of vibes, okay? Thailand, Malaysia, Beijing, Singapore, all of those kind of countries are coming through as well at this time. The Page of Cups follows that, okay? So in the past, there's been something that hasn't been easy. I'm going to dive in because normally when the Page of Cups comes out, I want to talk to you about apologies and emotions and young offers and immaturity and things developing, emotional immaturity. And that's kind of what I get a little bit, some kind of more morals around immature emotions, not really owning how you feel, not being able to really express yourself well enough because these emotions have been tethered to this passion. With the Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands, so much passion that's burdened you because the water hasn't been there to temper it. But what the cards are showing me now is there is this temperance balance coming in with the cards that we're using in the pre-shuffle, which was that fast moving energy where you need to take a risk, but it's tricky. Future energy, the Emperor's with that. What's interesting when I look at this Emperor is he's standing in his power and he's self-assured and he's confident and he knows where he's going in life. And he's been looking back at his past, really assessing who he is. He's been assessing how he used to speak, what he used to say, what he values now. And he seems to be choosing to really commit to returning to a previous period of space and time where life was better, things were easier, they were happier. So in life, we go through phases, right, where we remember, oh, that was the good old days. Those were the good times. That's when my mental health was better. That's when my mind frame was right. That's what I'm getting here. Someone, male or female, someone is really going, I remember that window of space and time where life was good. What was I doing then? What was I eating then? What was I reading then? What was I studying then? What was working for me? Because it's not working now. Yeah. And you could have your own business, your own career. You could be working full time around the clock. You could be doing a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, there's this waiting energy. I'm waiting. I'm not too sure, right? Because the Two of Wands is coming out with that. So if I didn't tell you, we have the Four of Wands, followed by the Eight of Cups in reverse, followed by the Two of Wands now. Yeah, really, really heavy fire energy. You got fire sign children, fire sign husband or wife, fire sign landlord, fire sign families. There's a dominant fire sign in your energy separate to this, because you've been burdened by, a fire sign parent who you may never see anymore, but they've ingrained their behavior patterns on you. So some of your mind frame, some of your thought processing, some of the way you naturally think is because of your parent who's a fire sign. Oh, goodness gracious me. Interesting how we read and see things sometimes, guys. I really do. But I get that heavy. I get that really, really strong. This is the earth sign reading, but there's a dominant fire sign who has really made shit happen for you. In regards to having less emotions, being more detached, not owning elements of yourself that would help you be the emperor now. Because I'm looking at someone who's trying to be the emperor. You are in emperor energy, but you feel like you're still trying to be, because there's this lack of emotion and this waiting energy and this communication that hasn't come through, right? So it's this 8 of Cups energy from the past as well that is kind of giving this energy of, I want to go back to that. I want to go back to that. And that's never a healthy way to go, guys. You've got to keep moving forward. Remember what worked in the past, take the good qualities of it, and then rebuild that in the new world. Do that in a new way. But going back, you're going to stay looped in the old ecosystem that you're in. Because if you left, it didn't work for a reason. Yeah? Keep tracking. Keep trucking. Keep trekking. Yeah? I get trucks in my head now. So I get, in America, they have whole truck stops and a whole massive truck community. So if you are a trucker out there listening to this on your trucking journey, love and light to you, because I get trucker energy heavy now, and we don't have that in the UK. But I'm getting, when the trucker blows their horn and they've got a massive cargo, a lot to carry, a lot going on, long journeys. The need to always kind of just stay awake, keep going. The journeys are so long sometimes, okay? So last card coming out here, before we clarify, is the High Priestess. You have this awareness, right? And you've long had this awareness, but you don't trust it. You've never trusted it, because whoever this person is from the past, this could be a younger brother, yeah? This could be a sibling of yours. I get turmoil. I get unresolved childhood wounding. I get a really strong blockage on my throat chakra during this reading, guys. And considering the 8 of Wands is out, I want to identify that. Because I don't normally have this kind of grip on my throat during the reading. And the 8 of Wands is out, and I'm connecting with earth signs. I'm also a earth sign myself. And it's interesting. I feel like there's blockage here. Someone wants to block you from speaking up. Someone wants to block you from speaking your truth. Someone wants to suppress you from using your voice. You could be spoken down to quite frequently when you go back to this community or this social group. Wherever you've been, wherever you come from, or how you talk to yourself in the mind, it's talk down, negative self-talk. You can't do that. You're not good enough. They ain't good. They don't even look good. Who do they think they are? They think they're better than everybody else. I can't stand that person. They ain't shit. They're never going to make it. They're broke. They ain't got no money. They ain't doing nothing in their life. Look at their hair. They're a mess. I can't stand that person. Oh, let them keep trying. Let them keep doing that. Or they think they're going to get somewhere. They're never going to make it. Like, when people say all of those awful things, that's really reflective of how their brain works and what their thought pattern is and what their processing is. So it highlights and truly identifies where their mind is programmed. What they feel about themselves more than anything else. Because if they're saying that about another person, imagine how they talk to themselves. Because we talk to ourselves in our head worse than we talk to anyone else. The way in which we treat, unless you're full-blown narcissistic, then you just think you're the bee's knees and you don't see anything else other than greatness in front of your face all fucking day and night. Same issue, same syndrome. They're just, narcissists are just turned off to the awareness of it. But either way, those kind of narratives about other people that come out of your mouth, or that you think that are in that kind of caliber of thought, low vibrational and negative, minimizing, taking away from someone else's reality, it only really suggests that that's the same way that you construct your own reality and how you talk about yourself. And it becomes a really limiting self-belief that you project onto other people. A big part of why I'm successful today, in my opinion, and made it to where I am in my life, is because I allowed all those other people around me to use those negative words towards me. And I brushed it off and I let it go. And I laughed it off. And that's when they think you're naive and you're stupid, and they feel like they have the upper hand on you. And sometimes in life, to be wise, you let people bully you. You let people manipulate you. You let people talk down on you. You let people laugh at you. You let people talk shit on you. You let people talk about you behind your back, even though you know it. You let people violate you. Because at the end of the day, all you really do have in life is your own consciousness, your own mental health, and your own emotional well-being. So all you can do is stay grounded in your truth and let these tricksters keep doing what they do, pulling their tricks. How many people didn't believe in me as a tarot reader, for example? Yeah? Magic, tarot, seeing the other side. No, you're mental, mate. You're mental, love. You're crazy. That could never be real. I know what I see. I've had intuitive information from the other side. I see my past on loved ones. They tell me things that's going to happen. Then it happens. I have affirmation and confirmation in myself, and affirmations from my loved ones on the other side. That's true as fuck for me. If it isn't for you, that's okay. You don't have to believe me because you don't believe. And actually the truth of that, and the saddest thing about that, and the win for me in that, unfortunately, because karma is real, and I'm not trying to win in the situation, but there is a win. Because in the moment you denounce my experience and my reality, you lose. Because you prove to the divine, the universe, God, that you're a disbeliever of this reality. While all I do is sit there and continue to affirm the light that is me and God as one. And that's not ego, that's not pride, that's not me trying to be anything else other than be one with the Lord, who I love because he is the Most High. And I speak God in many forms. People are uncomfortable by that also. Choose a religion, choose a faith. How dare you love Allah and Ra and Jesus and Mother Gaia? How dare you embrace Judaism, Hinduism, Sikhism, Christianity? How dare you? How dare you have multiple beliefs? How dare you believe in all the deities and value Hinduism like that? How dare you read the Bible and the Bhagavad Gita? How dare you? Stay true to yourself. And if you are programmed with those negative thoughts, really start understanding, when did I start saying that to myself? This is a hard journey you go on when you start awakening to when you started saying that. I went through a phase, really tragic, guys, really tragic this. I went through a phase where the most dominant thoughts in my mind that were negative, I wrote them down on paper every time I heard them. That's how you really start to pull shit out of your mind. You see in Harry Potter, the pensive, when they pull out memories out of the pensive and put it into the little water to see what's going on, to really understand mind trauma, yeah? Take the thought out of your mind, the negative thought, and think about the very first time in your life you said that to you. Or who said that to you? Because all behaviours are learned. We learnt that. When I started pulling them out, and by the end I had about 10, I could start putting faces and names and multiple memories to where that phrase had come from and who had said that to me. And I was disgusted. I was actually traumatised. I was devastated to know that the energies I had been around and some of the most important people in my life were the ones that programmed that narrative into me. Narratives that I'm not enough and that I'll never achieve and I can't be these things and that I'm this and I'm that. All of these negative things that I tell myself on a day-to-day basis, some of that comes from childhood when I'm like 6 years old. That someone who's older than me, an adult even, was meant to install love into me. Love and light, positive affirmations, fulfilling prophecies that guide me to be successful in life, not to make me feel small and less than, like I can never achieve. Devastating how we evolve and grow, yeah? Developmental psychology is a true gift. And if you study psychology and you embrace those kind of mind processes, even neurocognition now where we're going nowadays, it is worth it. Learn. Keep learning about the brain, guys. Keep learning about your functioning. Head over to her 7D Consciousness channel over there as well, my other channel, if you're not subscribed, because we dive into the psyche and the mind. I'm going to put some content out for you over there, okay? Go and see what's there already. I'm going to do some more mind reprogramming, mind cleansing, should we call it, okay? Maybe there's something in the description already there for you, but if not, see what's premiering now, because there's stuff always over there ready to be released over the week, okay? But you definitely need some mind programming whereby you are telling yourself positive stuff over and over again, whether it's subliminal or real direction through journaling and a self-reflective workshop we do over there. We'll dive into it, but you got to get your mind right, because whatever you've been programmed with ain't shit, okay? Ain't worth having anymore. You need a full psychological reboot, yeah? Seriously. And be patient with yourself though, please, okay? Be loving and kind, because more than anything else, you've been violated at periods in your life in the past that make you feel like talking to yourself like that's a normal thing. It's not, okay? So go slow. You are destined for something really beautiful in the future, but the burdens that you bring onto yourself because of past trauma, the image I'm getting in my head, I've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, and then the Ten of Swords on top of that, yeah? Before that I had the Seven of Pentacles, and before that I had the High Priestess with the World. So the high priestess with the world on top is what made me have this whole conversation about you learning to trust your intuition and learning to trust your inner voice and starting to see and be conscious of what the fuck you're telling yourself, right? Then I said be slow and patient with that, because it came out on top of the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, with the Three of Wands underneath that as well, and that's talking about really going slow, because this has been a real burden for you. So don't pressure yourself to suddenly reprogram your mind overnight, especially if you're not qualified to do so. I am telling you higher level techniques that could be really new to a lot of you guys, but start with meditation music in the background of your environment. Start with subliminals in the night. Start with healing mantras, like Thomas Hall is a classic for me. Stephen Jamison is a classic. That's Stephen with a TEPH, yeah, spelling, SON, and also John Moyer. They're my three favorite meditations, and they do guided meditations, different ones. I also have Reiki healing, which is like a few 15-minute meditations from a guy I really like. That's on the Her 7D Consciousness channel as well in the playlist, so you can check that out along with my other content. But I'm telling you this because when the Ten of Swords comes out with the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant, it's every time you move towards your destiny and you're asked to align to your morals and integrity and your intuition, you stab yourself in the back with the Ten of Swords. Because your psyche is still full with a list of 10 things that you tell yourself that are not true, that have been programmed in you from childhood, from your abuser, I want to say. Some people don't really understand the layering of psychological abuse. And there's so many different forms of abuse. And they go, okay, physical abuse, fair enough. Some people only look at physical abuse as a thing, or sexual abuse as a thing. They disregard every other form of abuse. Physical abuse is often, all psychological abuse, full stop, is the absolute burden of all forms of abuse, because it's going to get you psychologically. Then it spirals out to different forms of abuse, yeah? So the truth of the matter is, I'm connecting with someone who has at least 10 thoughts in their head that they need to list that are negative. Then every time you have a negative thought and something that you tell yourself frequently and you clock yourself in the moment, mindful practices are needed for you now. You write that down. When you have 10, you start working through that list of 10 and you start going into 20-minute reflective experiences by yourself when you're chilling out, when you're doing what you're doing, and you start working out, when did that start? When was the first time I said that to myself? Because I say it to myself every day now. All the time I say that negative fucking thing. When did I start doing that? Who said that to me? That was your boyfriend. That's your ex-husband. That's your wife. That's your fiance. That's your passed on mother. That's your dad. That's your uncle. That's your auntie. That's your sister. That's your best friend. That's your cousin. People have been telling you stuff for a long time. People have been laughing at you. Like, this is an example, no one's outrightly laughing at you in my mind, I'm not saying that, but the vision I'm getting in my head is, you know, when someone laughs in your face when you come up with a good idea, you can't do that. And suddenly now, you're going to do something new and you've gone, you can't do that. Because that friend of yours always laughs and says you can't do that. And you brush it off, it's not a big deal, but classical conditioning psyops, programming, they're all things. Your mind has been programmed by that level of thinking. So that friend's not even with you anymore to laugh in your face, but you do it without their presence. Fucked. That's why we need psychology, guys. Yeah? And that's the main message today, okay? Your psyche needs repair. Your psyche needs healing. Your psyche needs love. And you've got to take a risk to dive back into your past and deal with these issues so you can have a brand new future, remove the burdens, and have a beautiful rebirth. Yeah? There is this beautiful rebirth energy that I just done in a reading. I don't think it's outrightly connected to all of you guys, but it is what you will be destined for and what will be next for you on the journey if you do start to break this curse of the Ten of Swords that you keep bringing back on yourself. Because God keeps giving you opportunities to meet your destiny once you align to morals and integrity, but you keep stabbing yourself in the back with negative self-talk. Yeah? God wants you to ascend. The divine is offering you enlightenment and ways up. And every time you have an opportunity to get more money, get a new job, get a better pay bracket, have a better life, you tell yourself otherwise. Yeah? And in my head, I'm getting sell yourself a dream. You just sell people a dream. You're just selling us a dream. So you could be watching now and you could really not like what I'm saying. And you could be like, she's just selling us a dream. She's just selling us a dream. You're selling yourself down the fucking river if that's your mind frame. Because once again, someone's here trying to help you and say to you, hey, the way you're talking to yourself isn't quite right. It's not healing. It's not positive. But how am I selling you a dream? By telling you to work on yourself. I'm not with you when you sit there and you have these negative thoughts and you go into dark night of the soul or low vibration. I'm not telling you your life's going to be great. I'm promoting my other channels and the content I have that actually is available to help people. And I listed a load of other content creators that also help other people through psychological healing, right? If you want to stay in psychological warfare and look at everybody else around you as a negative opportunist or someone doing something negative, then you're going to keep looping around in this cycle. Because the fact that I just got that thought in my head with the Hierophant out here and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like someone is trying to help you. Someone is telling you something positive. Why are you so against positive self-talk? You don't want to hear positive things. You don't want to feel good about yourself. You want to stay living in the life cycle that you've been living in. Is that correct? I feel like I'm being a bitch now, and I feel like I want to get a little bit angry and feisty with you guys. Because it's like, seriously? Seriously? I'm just on the outro and I'm about to leave, and I've just got hit with this antagonist energy of, no, you're just chatting shit. This ain't going to work. This isn't going to help me. That's the prime example of this whole reading. And some people are destined to stay in their position and never evolve and never break the curse. So if you want to keep that low vibration and stab yourself in the back every other week when you get a new opportunity, it never lasts. You get a new job and you get fired again. You suddenly get a big win in money, or you come up financially and then it's all gone again. You're broke again, yeah? Stabbed in the back again. Because you stab yourself in the back before anyone else even gets a chance to do it, because of the way in which you treat yourself and talk to yourself. And other people remove themselves and move away from you because you're quick to stab them in the back when they're genuinely trying to help you. So if that was a genuine thought that you just had in your head, consider how you tear other people down with those words. If you're hurting yourself with those words, you're definitely hurting people around you. Because now I feel hurt, whoever that was who sent me that. You've hurt my feelings. So now I don't want to associate. And luckily this is a generalised reading and it's loads of zodiacs from the earth sign element. So I can't ground it to one person who I'm going to be pissed off forever with. Do you get what I mean? But it's hard, yeah? We're all doing things, we're all going through things, we're all trying to be positive. And I'm not positive every day. Yeah? I don't always live in the light. We all go through yin and yang. I'm not positive all the time, but I own what I'm going through and I acknowledge my mental health and I acknowledge my well-being and I strive for excellence in my mind, not externally. I don't need the clout, I don't need the money, I don't need the attention, I don't need the views, but I need to feel good about myself every day I wake up and live and breathe, because I don't need nightmares and I don't need trauma and I don't need toxicity in my environment. So I promote that because I like to feel good about myself. I deserve to feel good about myself. That's what I teach myself. If that isn't a teaching that you want to teach yourself, and you are more comfortable hating on you, then who the hell am I to even try? To all the earth signs that are not this person, I can only apologise. This is a live network of multiple earthlings. And I want to send you love, light and healing. And I want to let you know I am here. And I will come back and I will do all Zodiacs. And I will come back and I will continue the earth sign series that we've just started. And it's harsh. It's hard. It's sad. And it's hard to be an empath and a super empath. And just deal with these kind of issues sometimes, because you always want to help other people. And sometimes you feel like, especially if you're a tarot reader and you do Reiki or you do things like this, you always want to help and heal, and you always want to put yourself in a position to be that guru and guide for others. And you do have to understand some people don't want that. A big part of the journey is learning not to help people sometimes, and just to walk away and leave it and just put that to rest. Stop giving. Yeah? People need to figure things out for themselves sometimes. So that's a message for you guys as well. There's people in your energy field that just devalue you for trying to help. Then just know your worth and move on and move away from it, okay? You deserve more. I love you guys. Beautiful energy. Gorgeous reading. I really do hope it helps. Share more in the comments. Share at least one of your thoughts. I would love to know what one of your thoughts are in your mind. One of mine, I'll start you off. One of mine that was at the top of my list that was an absolute burden for me over and over again, which I still struggle with. And there's actually two. I'll share two on the way out the door. One is no one cares about you. No one cares about you. No one cares about you, Louise. No one cares about you. Get over it. Go over yourself. No one cares about you. And I used to tell myself that all the time. And then one day I caught myself in the moment in a really low vibration saying that to me. And it just dawned on me, where the fuck did that come from? Why do I say that? I went through like a day and about a week of just relentlessly saying that. And imagine what that does to your psyche. No one cares about you. Get over yourself. And I needed someone to care about me. I needed to not get over myself. I needed to get inside myself. I needed to heal. I was going through some shit, you know. And then I realised where that came from. And it was severe childhood wounding from a parent that was just reminding me that I'm less than and you are not valuable. Your opinion is invalid. No one cares about you. Imagine hearing that over and over again from your parent. Someone who's meant to love you and care about you. People are meant to care about you. If your primary carer told you on a consecutive basis, get over yourself, no one cares about you. That's fucking disgusting. And you didn't think it was in childhood because you knew no better. But now you're an adult and you've grown up and maybe you've studied child development, child psychology. Maybe you've really learned something, or you've got into healthy relationships and seen the other fucking side of it. That was toxic. That was healthy. You need to rid yourself of that. Another bad habit as well, which I'm working through with other people as well. And it's really important in relationships, I feel, is when other people cry. Yeah. Like people that I love so deeply, instinctively I want to go, shh, don't worry. Like I just want to cuddle them and go, shh. And every time I kind of are conscious of that now, I realize, no, that's a childhood wound. That's because every time I cried as a child, the main reaction I got was shh, stop immediately, stop crying now. But actually, the people around me that are crying are choosing vulnerability with me in the now moment, and it's beautiful. And I want you to cry. I don't want you to cry. I want you to be safe enough and feel comfortable enough with me to cry. And I never want to shh you. So I'm so sorry if I shh you in the moment. And I run to you and hug you and hold you and kiss you and shoo you at the same time. But I want to remove that shh from the conversation, because there isn't an error in the code. That isn't a mistake. I want to be able to say, are you okay? Cry. Crying is good. Like I want to find a way to reprogram that narrative. So instead of shh, it's okay. Cry. Let it out. I'm here. I'm hearing you. You're healing. Anything else other than shh, because that's a trauma response as well for me. That's a childhood wound of feeling guilty for crying all the time. And all that did was make me cry more. And all that did is make me feel limited and stuck and forbidden from really expressing how I felt. And I grew up with severe emotional instability in my life, all the way up until later adulthood as well, because of it. In my 30s, still struggling with emotional irregulation because of those experiences early on. And they come from simple things like, nobody cares about you, Louise. Get over yourself. From the ages of 4 all the way up throughout your life. That's fucking tragic, because it should be, we care about you and we love you. Talk about what you're going through. That's what love is. That's what healthy communication is. Yeah. That's what develops a healthy child into a healthy adult. Without that, you struggle and suffer, along with that shut the fuck up and stop crying energy. No, cry. Keep crying. Cry all day. Cry all year. I'm here. Cry all you want to. You're allowed to cry. Crying is part of the process. No one forces tears out of their fucking eyes as well. It makes me sick to my stomach that people feel that way. Tears are not forced upon. People can force out tears, bear with me. But real tears flowing out of your eyes as you cry tragically with the sad Kim Kardashian face. They're genuine tears. You're sad. That's your body's response trying to cleanse that water element that is overflowing in your internals. Your chakras need a reboot. You need cleansing. You need healing. Something's wrong. So no one should you in the moment for letting out that fucking trauma. Yeah? So we got to look at those things, guys. I really, really hope we can get some positive healing going for you guys. Check out the description to see what's available. And I'll be back soon with more, okay? Love and light.